Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 4 of Nourish. Onwards and onwards we go into the journey of Nourish. Today is the wave, and today as I was putting my yoga pants on, I noticed this really particular kind of balancing that I was doing. So we're going to practice that during the class. We're going to balance and imagine we're putting on our socks or our trousers. And then during the week, during the day, during the month, you're going to notice, how do I put my socks on? And how would I make this a little bit more balancy or a little bit more challenging? Or can I do it on one foot? How do I put my shoes on? So bringing attention into everyday moments in our lives and just noticing, how do we upskill ourselves? How do we hold on to skills? Instead of sitting down and putting your shoes on, how do you stay standing and use your elbow on the wall? We shall experiment and see. So come lie on your back and we shall begin. Lovely. So knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. And just land, arrive, connect, settle. What are you present to right now? What are you drawn to in you right now? I'm drawn to a kind of a tightness in the front of my shoulders. So I'm going to turn my palms towards the ceiling and widen into my shoulders. I'm aware of a tightness in my inner thighs and the back of my thighs. So I'm going to soften into that. So just notice, for you, where do you notice stuff? And can you, with all the skills that you have, just soften, connect, deepen, settle a little bit more into this pause. As you deepen your breath, how would you allow more of your body to be in connection to the floor? How would you slow yourself down a little bit? So the breath is one of the easiest ways for me to slow myself down. So how would you make your breath really small, actually? How would you let your breath be really smooth and small and steady? Really fall into that place of stillness that begins to emerge as your breath slows down. Nice. Arms are wide, and you can bring them out into a T, and then just begin to sway your knees from side to side. And as you sway your knees from side to side, see if you can find that connectivity we were talking about yesterday. So as your knees travel through the center, how do you connect to the lines of your legs? And as they drop down to the sides, how do you stay present to those lines? Like I was saying yesterday, when I'm off center and over to the side, it's easier for me to connect. And so in neutral, I have to work a little bit more to be present to my body. So neutral is more or less my body throughout the whole day. And so how do I bring awareness into my body when I'm just sitting down or when I'm just standing? What is neutral, or this center place? And how do you connect into that in your body right now? Draw yourself over towards the left and come into gliders. So your top knee, the right knee, is going to slide up towards your left shoulder. Keep that sense of connectivity as you move. So I'm going to slow it down on the way back. So I'm connected as I travel upwards, but then I tend to just switch off and fling my leg back. So I'm slowing down the leg traveling back towards the floor and just feeling the sensations of that range. Whereas usually I don't. Usually I don't pay attention to it. And actually I can feel there's something that I'm avoiding in that range. So interesting. So what layer or what part of this movement do you move fast in? Do you not connect into? And when you do connect, what starts to happen in that place of listening? Nice. So that idea of how do we put our shoes on? How do we How do we put our trousers on? So draw your right knee up towards you. And then without your hands, so your hands are in the air above you, squeeze your right knee as close as you can towards you and see how far down your right leg you can reach just with your fingertips. You're just reaching down towards your right leg, down towards the foot, and then straighten your right leg up into the air. Bend your knee. How close to the foot can you touch? Straighten your leg. How close to the foot can you touch? Straighten your leg. How close to the foot can you touch? Straighten your leg. So there's two different ways that we can do touching of the foot. So one is where we bend our knee and our foot comes towards our bum. So our knee is really bent. Stretch your leg. Or the other is where your foot is closer to your face. So try the two of them. One is where your knee bends and your foot falls towards your bum. And then the other is where you bend your knee and your foot moves towards your face. One more time. Bend your knee, foot towards your bum. Bend your knee, foot towards your face, and then hold on. So your foot is now over your knee. And so hold on wherever you can hold on. So either to your back of your knee, to your calf, to your ankle. If you can hold on to your foot, I can hold on to my foot if I reach one hand and then the other hand. And now I'm holding on to my foot. And it's like I'm trying to look at the nails of my foot. So I'm trying to pull the toes a little bit closer towards my face. So it's similar to Happy Baby, but Happy Baby is out to the side. This one is compressing your chest with your thigh. Wherever you're holding on is awesome. Just know that. Just hold on wherever you're holding on. Because now we're going to let the left leg travel. So if we were on the floor, if we were standing up, our left leg would be long. So let the left leg travel. So left knee comes up, bangs on your elbow if it can, and then it lengthens long. Left knee travels up, long. What do you meet in this range and how do you stay connected? So for me, the traveling out, it's easy to stay connected. And again, on the traveling back up towards me, I don't connect as much. So now I'm slowing it down and contracting my belly a little bit on the way back up so that I have a sense of connectivity in the deep of my belly in both directions of the traveling of the left leg. Next time your leg lengthens, whether it be slightly bent still or straight, no matter, and just pause there. Draw your shoulders down towards the floor, lengthen through your spine, and breathe. Nice. Both feet to the floor, arms wide. Come into gliders. So left knee travels up. Right knee travels up. Notice that the right leg traveling has a little bit more sensation because we've been working into it, mobilizing into it. So there's something more happening from one side to the other. I have more warmth in my foot, more connection into my hip. Cool. Other side. Arms are up in the air. Draw your left knee up towards you and reach down and try and touch your foot. So the first one is where your foot is near your bum. Stretch your leg. And then the next one is where you can see your foot. Touch your foot. Stretch your leg. Foot near your bum. You can't see your foot really when it's down near your bum. Touch your foot. Straighten your leg. And then bend your knee. So now you can see your foot. Touch your foot. Try that. Foot near your bum. Lengthen. See your foot. Lengthen. Foot near your bum. Lengthen. Foot near your face. Pause. So now my foot is over my knee and I'm going to hold on wherever I hold on. So that could be the back of my knee, could be my ankle. So again, I can do it where I hold one hand and then I wrap the other hand because I have stability. And just pause there. Imagine that you're trying to look at the toes of this left foot. How would you soften backwards, deepen backwards, really sink your weight backwards? And then travel with the right leg. So right knee comes up towards you. Lengthen your right leg. See if you can find the threads of connection or that moving through honey. Or sometimes I have a feeling like I'm like a tiger, a hunting tiger or something. So there's that sense of it being like there's a poise and a connectedness in a hunting panther or a hunting tiger. So just feel that. There's a sense of at any moment I could pause in this range and be strong and connected. Moving through honey, deeply connecting the threads of you as you lengthen long and as you draw your knee up towards you. Next time you lengthen long, pause. Nice. Both feet to the floor, arms wide, gliders. So lovely. So now I have more sensation happening in the left hip. I'm like, oh, I hear you. I can hear the bum, the hip, the pelvis, much clearer on the left-hand side. So kind of similar to yesterday's class, we're going to do zoomies here because zoomies is very similar to the movement that we need. So just pull your right knee up towards you and draw your right elbow to your right knee. And then lift your bum and lengthen long with your right leg and reach your arms overhead. Bend your knee, elbow to your knee. Long, rising up through the pelvis. So find the connectivity of you here so that you're really powerful and strong in the entire range. How do you slow things down and be like I feel like a superhero. I'm like, whew, super strong, super long in every part of the range as I connect into the power of this moment in my zoomies. Can you feel from your fingertips into your toes? Can you connect them? Super. Other side. Left elbow, left knee. Touch. Super long and connected as you reach. How do you feel? And connect your belly to your arms and your belly to your legs. So it's like what would that be? The connector? Is it as simple as that? It's the conduit. Maybe conduit is the word. Is it the conduit of legs to arms is the torso? Pretty obvious when you think of it that way. Great. So roll over and come into your cat pose just a moment and just do some coordination. So coordination is where you squeeze the right side and then you squeeze the left side. And just feel that. Nice. Round your back. Arch your back. Round your back. Arch your back. One more time. Round your back. And arch. So come to sit on your mat. And we're just going to deepen a little bit into the arm movements we were doing yesterday before we come up to balance. So both arms are forward in front of you. Turn both thumbs down. So the backs of your hands are touching each other. Okay? And now pull both elbows back so you're in double wing. So that's where your nails are resting near the corners of your eyes and your elbows are pulled back deeply. Pause there. Sit taller. So, we have a physical reference for swan because it's the wrinkles in our back. Whereas this one, what is the physical reference for this? So for me, there's something about the deep pectorals, my chest muscles rising up and lifting towards my elbows. And I have length through the front of my body. I have a sense of connectedness through the front of my throat. Okay? Now move into swan. So your elbows pull downwards. You feel the wrinkles in your back, but there's something else happening in your chest now. For me, it's like that my chest muscles are sweeping up, but then swooping down towards my elbows. So it's a different shape in my chest. Cool? Another bit of this one. Bring your arms, your palms down. So your palms are facing the ceiling and out to the side, but my elbows are still in the same place as swan. So now I have two palms towards the ceiling, and now it's another shape again. Bring your baby fingers towards each other, rounding your back as you do so. And then sweep your hands forward, rounding your back into the dive. Okay? We're going to come closer. We're going to do that again. I feel like my coloring. So, hands forward, the backs of your hands are facing each other. Pull your elbows back into wing, double wing. Feel the shape of your chest, the rise of your elbows. Come into swan. Feel the shape of that in your back, in your chest. Turn your palms and bring your palms to face the ceiling here. It's another shape, another sensation. Swoop forward, bringing your baby fingers together in front of you. And then spiral your hands so the backs of your hands come together. So one more time. Wing, swan, pizza. Sweep forward, dive, wing, swan, pizza. Forward, dive. So begin to find that shape in your body. So it's the wing, the swan, the pizza. Dive, wing, swan, pizza, dive. So we can change direction, but we're not going to do that today. We'll build on that one as we go. Oh, I'm liking this. I'm liking it. Great. So come up to stand. So when you're standing, you can have a wall handy, or you can have a stick handy, or you can do it without anything, okay? So standing in the morning and you have to put your yoga pants on. And so you're going to round forward. You're standing on the left leg. And so imagine you have something between your hands. If you have your belt handy still, if you have, you can take your pants off. So, and then you're going to imagine there's something between your hands and you're going to get it around your foot. So just feel that. How do you get it around your foot? And just feel. So do it a few times. I have the sense of both arms reaching and then I round. Feel that between your shoulder blades as you do this. And my knee is rising. I feel like a little choo-choo train. Nice. So now you're here and now you have to start pulling. So to pull, I do this thing where I go, so one shoulder moves forward and the other one moves forward. And I kind of, it's like I'm sawing wood. And so I'm pulling my sock on. Whew. So if you need to, you can bring your elbow to the wall. So to do that, you bring your left elbow to the wall, you lean towards the wall and you do the same thing. So if you have a wall handy, go find a wall or lean on a chair with your thigh, your left thigh, and just try the same thing. So we're still balancing, but we're supported. Nice. Whew. Okay, other side. Who knew putting on your trousers was so hard? So standing on your right leg, if you want, you can lean into the wall on the right or lean on the chair with your thigh. Come up and then imagine just getting, it's like a little choo-choo train, get something over your toes. I have this like bounce of my knee upwards to get my toes into my sock. Nice. And then pull. Whew. Okay, so typically though, maybe you do it where you go for your socks, maybe you go into figure four. So have your left elbow on the wall if you wish, bring your right foot to figure four, and just hold on to your foot for a moment. Left elbow or left arm is resting on the wall, shoulders that side. Nice, other side. Left foot up, right elbow on the wall maybe, thigh on a chair. Hold on to your left foot. Cool. Come lie all the way down on the floor. Bring your arms wide. Bring your feet as wide as your mat, and then even wider. So your feet are wide, your feet are off your yoga mat. And then drop both knees down to the right. And just breathe into your belly. Breathe into the front of that left hip. And I'm going to squeeze my left buttock and lean a little bit more into the front of my left hip. And I'm going to find an angle for this left arm that feels like it's kind of connecting my left armpit, left rib. So it's kind of up, out at a 45-degree angle from my shoulder. Just lean into the deep of that left hip. Imagine that the left knee is coming closer to the floor. You're really squeezing and opening into the front of that left hip. Nice. Other side. Both arms wide to begin with. Drop your knees over towards the left. And then find an angle for that right arm that connects the whole of the right side. Squeeze your right buttock and push your hip a little bit to the left. Really opening into, softening into the deep of that right hip. Nice. And then just travel from side to side. I'm going to have my arms overhead, resting on the floor. And my feet are still, sorry, are still really wide apart. Just sway your knees from side to side. And as you travel down on one side, squeeze your bum, push. Squeeze your bum, push. Nice. Stretch your legs long, keep your arms overhead. And just pause in a really long and rested position on the floor. If for any reason you find your lower back doesn't like that, then just bend your knees and bring your feet to the floor. Nice. So I haven't set up yet. The very first day I said, we're going to sit up and do meditation. Probably going to do that next week. Still landing in, arriving into Nourish, finding what we're doing, mapping, creating. Yeah, I'm liking this arm movement that's emerging. And now putting on your shoes and socks and your trousers. Have an amazing day. I hope you have things that bring you joy, that nourish you today. And I'll see you all tomorrow for Sunday Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, Sunday Yum. Nice. I'm looking forward to it. See you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.